What's happening? How are y'all doing? I'm live from Dallas, Texas, here to answer any questions for you, here to solve your immigration problem. I'm actually in the Bishop Arts District area, if you're familiar with Dallas. And let's see here. There we go. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. I'll give you a little tour of this area. A lot of things have changed in the Bishop Arts District area. Um, Here's the thing with immigration. Hope y'all can hear me okay. There's a lawnmower going off right now. I'm trying to figure out my camera angle. Let's see. So, a lot of concerns right now are about delays with immigration, but aside from that, of course, is concern about DACA. Okay, if you have DACA right now, you really need to take advantage of it and apply for advanced parole travel document. I hope you are eligible for it because they don't approve the advanced parole for everyone who has DACA. It's very limited circumstances. The most common one is like medical emergency, and when it relates to like a marriage type case through the travel document, it's much easier to obtain in that sense. Like they don't need a specific reason. You could just be for tourism and that'd be enough. But when it comes to DACA, it is much more difficult to apply for. Of course, you can apply, but it's more about getting it approved for advanced parole. But with the recent appellate court decision in the Fifth Circuit, it's now coming back down to the Southern District Judge, Judge Hannon. He's not in favor of DACA. So even though the White House, the Department of Homeland Security, has finalized DACA as a final rule, okay, through agency proclamation is what we call it. It still could be affected by a court decision. So please keep that in mind. If you have DACA right now, you really need to speak with an immigration lawyer to see if you could apply for advanced parole. And here's why. The main thing is that, if you are eligible for it and, in the future, maybe you're not married to a U.S. citizen spouse right now or even a resident spouse. But of course, I have tips about that in a second. But if you are married to a U.S. citizen spouse in the future, and I know it's hard to predict, but then there is a possibility that you don't have to go back to your country of nationality for the visa or the green card interview, okay, at the consular embassy. So it's a lot of future planning. You might think, well, John, why do I need to do that right now? You just never know. Because if they do take away DACA through the court system, then there's no possibility of that in the future. So you really just want to, what we're trying to do is prevent. I know we call ourselves immigration problem solvers, but if there's a way we can prevent a problem for you, or it's essentially secure a possible pathway in the future, this is one limited way, of course. So I wanted to share that as soon as possible. Because if you apply for it now, usually when you apply for advanced parole, 131, by the way, is the form on the USCIS website. It takes at least 6 months, okay? That's actually, people wonder, why is my EAD work permit application 765 taking a long time? Based on what USCIS says, it's pretty windy out there. Based on what USCIS says, it's because these work permit delays are because of when you apply for advanced parole at the same time. But apparently they have separated out those processes. So hopefully, I have seen that with our own cases, that it's been much faster. We just got a work permit approved based on a marriage case, I think within a month after filing the case in general. That's like unheard of. Usually it takes like 6 months minimum. So I apologize for all those out there that already filed their case many months before and still stuck waiting for the EAD. This is just our new process. Hey, I got a comment here. Yeah, let me know in the Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and also share where you're watching from. Greatly appreciate it. So I think it's interesting how far the YouTube channel has reached. Let's see here. Wrath. His brother petition stopped. F4? No, it's not stopped. I don't know if you're asking that because if you're wondering, like, Congress has taken that away. 20 plus years ago when it was President Obama in office. Wait, that's not 20 plus years ago. Anyway, at least 10 plus years ago, they were talking when they had the quote unquote gang of 8 Congress people, 4 on the Senate, 4 on the Democrat side, 4 on the Republican side. They discussed taking that away, taking away the F4, but grandfathering any people who already filed based on F4. So, but as of now, it's still processing. I don't know if you're also asking it maybe in a different way. Yeah, it hasn't been taken away. So I see your other comment. It hasn't been taken away because Congress hasn't done anything anyway to get something passed, and Congress is the only government body that's able to take that away or stop that, for example. So, but if you're asking specifically to you're welcome. But sometimes people think it's stopped in the sense that it's just taking a long time, right? F4 family preference category takes a freaking long time. It doesn't matter if you're from Mexico or China. It's all across the board, unfortunately. So you do want to check that at least once a year on the visa bulletin. You just never know when it can bump up timing. I mean, right now it's pretty average processing times, but when it gets closer, when it gets to within 2 years of your priority date on the visa bulletin for any category, friends, you want to check every month, okay? I don't want to create like any anxiety, but it's going to be worse if you miss your priority date and it's already reached and it's been more than 1 year after. You're going to have to refile again. So that's why I would say when it gets to 2 years on your visa bulletin, check that out. Okay, so just to recap for those who are new to the channel, please subscribe down below if you don't mind. I'm using an iPad right now, so it's always kind of weird with the camera, but if you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below, and if you enjoy our content and how we share it, please smash the like button. There you go. If you don't mind, we greatly appreciate it. And let's see here. Yeah, so a recap about DACA, if you're just now tuning in, is that if you have it right now, okay, you have DACA, you want to go ahead and try to apply for advanced parole. Now, if you are married already, okay, let me take a step back. And the reason is because traveling, as of now, the law says if you travel outside America and then you re-enter with advanced parole, then that's considered legal entry. However, keep in mind, of course, lawyers like to give some caution to everything we do or advise, is that you might not be able to come back in. Customs Border Protection officers might not let you back in. Now, fortunately, knock on wood, all our own clients have been able to come back in. So, of course, if you have had any arrests or crimes, even if they have been dismissed, you need to speak with the immigration lawyer who preferably only handles immigration law because they understand the consequences of leaving the United States, continental United States, okay, the domestic states, continental, I guess that's what we call it, before you travel, okay, in that situation, because you need the full advice. Because if you come back, you leave and you come back in. I've had several people call our office. They left, and 20 years ago they had possession of marijuana, and it's on paperwork. It's not just. It was eventually dismissed through probation, but that means differently than for U.S. citizens. It's still considered a conviction for immigration purposes. So unfortunately, when he re-entered back into the airport, because he actually was a resident, then they sent him a letter saying, hey, you got to go to immigration court for removal. So that's not fun and games, okay? Just because your crime or your past history was like many, many years ago, unfortunately, it can come back to haunt you. So you do want to speak to an immigration lawyer, okay? And even if it's staffed for like less than $100, worth of merchandise. You know, it could have been when you were a teenager or like 21 years old. I know, I get it. You were younger. You're probably a different person now, but we're not here to judge you, but you just need to know the possible consequences. So that's just some caution, even if you have DACA and you're considering to apply for advanced parole. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, please drop in the comments, even after the show. But what I recommend here is you, if you do have questions that you're not able to answer on YouTube, give us a call right here, 720-740-4247. And then, what's it called? And then, but if you know you're busy, you can't call in, totally understand, and you're at home later in your bed watching these videos, you can go to our website down below, greencardguys.com, and click on the Contact Us page. And then, there's a short form. Let me see if I can share it with y'all. There's a short form. There we go. That's how it looks. greencardguys.com. Click on Contact Us. Scroll down. Click on Take Quiz. It just has a few questions. We're here to guide you. Point you in the right direction. And no pressure. You don't have to sign up with us because we don't accept every case. In some scenarios we do have, like, depending on the situation or problem, we do have a free guide to share with you. So here's kind of like how it looks. And by the way, for that free 15 minutes, we do offer free 15 minutes. So here's a secret code we're going to share with you. But here's what it looks. Here it is, secret code on the bottom left of your screen. Green Card Guys. You could have guessed it. We appreciate it. And then take advantage of that, okay? Because there's a lot of lawyers. We could be the second or third lawyer you're speaking with, and you're probably we have a lot of calls where people just, unfortunately dissatisfied or think they got bad advice. So just getting second or third opinion is completely understandable, and we don't charge it for it. Free 15 minutes. Our CARES team is very good at collecting appropriate information so that you can share it with them, and then you can speak with the attorney, okay? They're going to schedule you for an appointment. They'll try their best to do that. Okay, and then here's that free guide. Okay, here's a free guide you can check out. There you go. Check it out right here. Okay, click download. I'm trying to get used to it. There we go, that's better. You go to our website. I'm pointing the wrong way. Go to our website, and you can go to the bottom of the website in the footer, based on the bottom, and you can click from one of these free guides. It answers, common questions and answers, and it's estimated step by step. Okay, friends, we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and let's see. Until next time, friends, take care, and we'll talk to you.